Hello everyone, welcome back to Tea and Sports. Nepal have announced their final T20 I squad for the 2026 ICC T20 World Cup to be held in India and Sri Lanka. I am your host Prayash Phuyal and joining me is Pratyakshya Ghimire. Welcome back Pratyakshya.
Thank you, Prayas.
Okay, let's go through the squad in the proper batting order. Kusal Vurtel, Asif and Lokesh. Three possible openers: Rohit Paudel, captain, joined by Basir Ahmed and Sandeep Zora in the middle overs, probably. Dipender Singh Airi, Gulshan Jha, joined by Arif Sheikh, and three pacers: Sompal Karan and Nandan. Three spinners: Sandeep Sher and Lalit Rajvanshi. Any surprises for you there?
A few. Arif definitely. Not sure what Arif brings. I'm really surprised with Arif's inclusion. Other than Arif, I think it's well deserved, uh, especially based on the performance of recent NPL and historically for Nepal. I think all of those inclusions are justified and fair. But Arif is probably one of the surprises for me.
Yeah, and we were arguing about who will go among Lalit Rajvanshi and Sharmila, and Stuart Law had other ideas, picking both of them and deciding to go with three spinners and only three pacers in Mumbai conditions. What do you think about that?
Yeah, surprise, surprise. I think they've gone the completely other way. We're expecting a lot of pacers and less spinners, but Stuart Law thinks both Sirmolla and Lalit Rajvanshi deserve the places. Uh, considering it's in Mumbai and one of the game potentially could move to Sri Lanka, but three of the games at least, as you said, is in Mumbai. So I'm surprised with the, the inclusion of three frontline spinners. We're expecting two, but we've got one extra spinners, and they've compensated for a pacer. They probably weren't sure whether to pick Abhinas or Pradesh. That's why they went with two spinners, I guess.
Yeah, I think regardless of who would have gone, I don't think they would have been the first choice pacer anyway. So yeah, it was kind of surprising to me seeing that they have gone with extra spinner and given up the place for another potential all-rounder finisher there. Both Kusal Molla and Muhammad Adil Alam have been left out. Kusal Molla, everyone's favorite, your favorite, my favorite. He's not in the squad altogether. What do you think about that?
Yeah, my favorite as well. Can I say surprised? Probably not. His performance in the national colors haven't been great, and you can't say he definitely deserved a place. But I think it's more about covering all the bases, and without Molla and Adil, the power hitting, I think, is not covered. Potentially, there are guys who can do that with Dipendra Singh Reddy and Gulshanza and potentially Sandeep Zora in their finishing role. But a left-hander, a bit of spin. I would have loved Mullah. He's my favorite as well. But neither Mullah nor Mohammad Adil Alam. I'm happy for Basir Ahmed, really happy because his performance has been rewarded. Uh, Sir Mullah and Basir Ahmed, two of the guys who had a good NPL season and their performances have been rewarded. So happy for them. But I'm a little sad Mullah misses out.
And talking about NPL performances, Vinod Vandari was in contention, but he is not in the squad. Lokesh Baum takes the place of the backup wicketkeeper.
I think it's a really good call. You got to move on from the oldies now. With due respect to Binod Bhandari and his runs, you have to move on. Yeah, you have to look at the bigger picture, and Lokesh Baum is the backup keeper. Uh, he probably batted three as well. Uh, and Binod Bhandari, if he had played, he would have. he would be opening, and I don't see him doing that. With Lokesh, you can actually cover a bit of everything. Yeah, you can slot him and finish as a finisher. Stuart Lord did that. Uh, so yeah, and Avinash Bora as well. I mean, joined as wicket taker, but I think they've moved on from Avinash Bora as well.
Okay, so Nepal's first three match at least, we don't know about the situation with Bangladesh and BCCI right now. So Nepal's last match against Bangladesh, last match in the group stage, can be shifted to Sri Lanka. We don't know about that yet. But in Mumbai, what does your playing 11 look like right now?
There won't be too many changes from my previous 11. It's just do we go with all pacers or do we slot in Shermalla? That's the only question. I think the pick of Lalit or Ser and Ser, should I say, both the spinners might have been the last minute call, considering that the game might shift to Sri Lanka and there will be spin friendly pitches in Sri Lanka, so it could be last minute. Uh, but anyways, my 11 would be Bhurtel and Asif open, obviously. Lokesh Bomb bats at 3 for me. Rohit Paudel at 4. Dipendra Singh Airy at 5. Gulshan Jai at 6. Then there is that little bit of confusion. Probably Zora at 7. And then three pacers with Sandeep Lamichhane. Or maybe if they don't want to play a pacer and ask Gulshan Jha to bowl a few overs, then I'm happy to see Sirmal play, especially against, as I said in the previous video, especially against the England or West Indies, where they're not historically they aren't the best players to spin.
And are you happy with the batting depth you get in your squad then?
I think it's pretty good the depth. Not ideal, but Gulshan at 6, Zora at 7. Then you could see any of those pacers come in. Sompal can bat. Karan can hit a long ball. We've seen Nandan do a little bit of batting, and if Sirmala plays, he can bat. So depth, I think, is covered. It's not ideal, but I think we are fine. We'll be okay with batting depth.
Okay, for me, I think we have kind of sacrificed that flexibility, picking two backup spinners. Not let's not say backup, but along with Sandeep Lamisani, picking both Sher Molla and Lalit Rajwangshi does sacrifice that extra space that Kusal Molla or Mohammad Adil Alam would fill if required. I think Gulshan has to be at 7, and ahead of him there has to be all proper batters. I think Lokesh still doesn't make the 11 for me at least. I think Rohit has batted at number 3 for Nepal, and I think that is set to continue as well. And yeah, my 11 looks like this. Kusal Vutel and Asif Sheikh opening as always for Nepal. Rohit at number 3. I think Basir will be playing and batting at number 4 because they will need a left-hand batter there. I see Sandeep Jora playing at number 5, potentially replaced by Arif Sheikh if necessary, but I think Sandeep Jora will start the first few matches at least. And Dipendra Singh Airi and Gulshan Jha at 6 and 7 playing the role of the finishers. And yeah, Sandeep is definitely going to start all the matches, but I think if Nepal wants to play an extra spinner there, then Nepal has to sacrifice a pacer. I don't see Sompal, Karan, and Nandan along with Shermala playing. I think that would weaken the batting a lot. I think Nepal can only afford to go with four bowlers, and it's either three pacers and Sandeep Lamisane or two pacers and Sandeep and Sher or Lalit. So this squad is out, so it definitely does clear out the multiple possibilities that we would have with a lot of players. 24 main players have been trimmed down to 15, makes everyone's job easier now.
Just a quick word on Gulshan. I think the team management, I think, is backing Gulshan's as bowling. Uh, they haven't picked extra pacer. I think they believe Gulshan will give a few overs. It hasn't always been the case with Gulshan in the national colors, but if they play two pacers, Gulshan has to bowl. It's as simple as that. So Gulshan should bowl a lot. Arif's inclusion again, I pointed out again, but Arif's inclusion is surprising. He is a bits and pieces player. Arif, especially in this format, I don't trust his bowling. If they are looking at it, uh, if there's a collapse, Arif will handle, and that's the only reason I see Arif playing. But I don't agree with that. That's a bit too defensive for my liking. But the team's out, and we wish the best. Hopefully, we can upset a few.
Yeah, Arif's bowling is also trusted, though, right? With only three frontline pacers and Gulshan Saha, if they pick two pacers and two spinners, then we can even expect Arif Sheikh to be in the squad as an all-rounder, bowling few medium pace overs in the middle overs. You've got to feel good for Basir Ahmed and Sher Molla, though. Sher Molla, out of nowhere, good NPL, and he will be representing Nepal in the World Cup. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, you have to, uh, especially for Seer and Basir, both of those guys. I think these kinds of performance and these kinds of tournaments, they provide a platform. Uh, you play in front of huge crowds, you play in front of eyes, and you showcase the world that you can do at that stage, and immediately you are almost fast tracked into the squad. Shermala hasn't made his debut yet for Nepal, but he might be playing the first game against England. Who knows? That's a great story. Basir's performance, that gritty, that determined knock he played, I think that was the icing on the cake for Basir. He has been knocking on the doors. He has represented Nepal, of course, but to replace Molla, I think it's a pretty big step for Basir Ahmed. His consistency and that grit, that determination, that character we see in Basir Ahmed every time he plays, whether it's with bat, ball, or field, is rewarded. So happy for them, and that also uh, explains how NPL could shape for upcoming players. Some of the players that we have seen not happy, a few social media posts, but that's how modern day cricket, modern day sports works.
Yeah, Kusal Malla did have his chances in 2025. He was trusted, but his performance did not back his pedigree. So, yeah, he is a sad miss, but you've got to feel happy for Basir and Sher Malla will be going into the Nepal squad in the World Cup. And I also like the mindset of our head coach picking three spinners because he's not picking the side just to participate in the group stage and return back. All the group stage matches will be in Mumbai, but he picks his side to potentially go to the next round as well. So I definitely love the mindset. He's there to win every match he plays. And yeah, we are cardiac kids. We are hopeful about Nepal's chances. We want to win every match we play. And if things go right, we'll definitely be seeing Nepal in the further rounds as well. Let's be hopeful about that as well. Anything else you'd want to add,
Absolutely, and I
Pratyakshya?
think, yeah, I think with picking plenty of spinners, I think we've played to our strengths. Teams often go to tournaments picking the situation and picking the matchups, but you got to play to our strengths, and our strength has always been spin. Let's remember that. If we are to beat the test nations, and challenge them, I think spin will play a big part. Even though it's in Mumbai, we all know that. But that's our strength, and I love how Stuart Law, Rohit Powder, or whoever the selection committee is, backing our spinners, backing our strengths, and hopefully, if we can make it past the Super Six, we might actually make it a little bit further if spin comes into play in the later stages of the tournament in India and Sri Lanka.
So looks like a pretty solid squad. If you had to nitpick and find some holes in this squad, any weakness for you that seems obvious?
Not really, not an obvious weakness. Maybe a power hitting could be a problem. But down the order, it's covered. It's just that number four, number five position where Mulla could have done that. But I don't want to keep talking about Mulla. I'll get a lot of hate comments. He hasn't performed, and it's his own fault. He has only himself to blame. So no real weakness, no real weakness or anything like that. I'm happy with this squad.
Okay, that's all for today, I guess. Squads are getting announced, and at the end sports, we'll be covering all of them. To stay tuned, do give this channel a subscribe and also on the bragging rights of being one of the earliest supporters of the channel. What are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comment section and share this video with people that are into sports. Keep watching, keep loving tea and sports.